is up, guys? Welcome to day 93. I way missed that one. 93 of Autodesk Fusion. We're going to build a planetary gear system today. Now, I've done things in such a way where hopefully I'm going to remove as much math as possible. So what I'm going to need you to do is follow along with me. Either A, 100% of the way, or B, kind of follow along with this setup right here. So down in the description is going to be a link to this website that calculates the number of teeth you need in your sun, planet, and ring gears. So what we can do is we can look at the sun gear is going to be the gear that's going to be on the internal part, the actual rotating around the axis. Planet then touch. Let's do pink right here. So we can do pink for planet. I'll just do red. Will red even look a little bit better? Maybe. So you have the planet gears, which touch the sun gear, and then you have the ring, which then kind of encompasses the whole body. What you can do is one of two things. You can make exactly the same system I have, or you can create a gear ratio of your own. So how do you find that? Well, gear ratio of a planetary system is going to be 1 plus ring divided by sun. Now, I'm going to create a gear ratio of 3 here. So what I've done is I've chosen a sun to have 22 teeth, the ring to have 44, and it automatically calculated the planet to have 11 teeth for me. Boom, done. What we need to do is I need to know, and I need to write down, my gear ratio is going to be 3, and I need to have these 3 numbers kind of in our pocket for later. The number of sun teeth, planet teeth, and ring teeth we have. Okay, so let's go and hop over to Fusion, and let's try this out. So I'm going to click on the plus icon, get my stuff out of the way, and let's build this. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to click over to Tools, and I'm going to click on Add-ins. Now, the really neat feature in Autodesk is that there's a Spur gear script which will automatically create the gears for you, and I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to choose a diametrical pitch of, let's say, 6. That way, my gears won't be these massive gears. They're going to be kind of more compact. The number of teeth we're going to have for our sun is going to be 22. And then click OK. Boom. And it makes the gear for us. I'm actually going to go back and do one thing. Instead of there being that 1 inch, let's do 22. Instead of the gear thickness of 1/2 inch, let's do a 1 inch thickness, because I do plan to print these. And I can't have these massive gears that are also thin. There we go. That looks a little bit better. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and just name this as my sun gear. We're going to do the same thing for making our planet gear. So I'm going to scroll down, hit Spur gear, run, diametrical pitch of 22, looks great, or diametrical pitch of 6. Number of teeth, though, we're going to be 33, and then click OK. It's going to think for a second, looking good, and we're going to do that one more time for our ring gear. Now, we do run into a little bit of an issue is because our Spur gear script makes external teeth, and we need internal teeth for our ring. So we're going to call this planet. Actually, did I do that right? No, it's 11, not 33. Come on. Excuse me while I delete this planet. And let's add that back in. 11. There we go. All right, so we got our sun gear, we got our planet gear, and I'm going to go ahead and make those inactive. Clicking back on solid, we're going to create a sketch on the face of this gear we're going to use to make our ring gear from. So let's go ahead and make a circle, and it has to be some diameter bigger than that gear. We're going to then extrude this profile back as a new component, it's going to be 1 inch. Let's go -1 inch. That way everything's all nice and neat and stacked on each other. Okay. We're going to go and make this spur gear inactive. So I'm just going to put as do not use because we actually don't need it anymore. It is referenced, but it is not actually going to be used for anything else of what we have. So let's bring our sun or plane gear back in. And we're already looking good. All right. Let's go ahead and take our ring gear and let's ground it. Because we're going to have something that's not going to move, and for everything that we're going to do here, it's going to be the ring gear. That is going to be the thing not moving. All right, let's click on Move Copy, and we're going to, actually I found it's just a little bit easier. If I actually right-click and then hit Move Copy from here, it automatically goes to the center of the object, which is what I need. We're going to go ahead and create a copy, excuse me, and we're going to move this straight up until it gets to the distance that we need it to be. So 2.75, and let's rotate it just a little bit. Now, there is an overlap, and that is okay. We're going to match it with just the ring gear teeth here first. We're not going to worry about the sun gear just yet. And that looks good. All right, let's do it again. Let's click on Planet Gear, right click, Move Copy, create a copy, rotate it 120 degrees, and that's going to be 2.75 inches. Rotate it just a hair, and look, beautiful matchups just well. Last one we're going to do is we're going to do the planetary gear. We're going to move copy again, but I don't need to make a copy of it this time. We're just going to move this last one, and that's going to be moving it up forward. Again, that's going to be 2.75 inches. And we're going to rotate it just a hair. Where everything's nice and neat and matched up. Boom, looks great. Click OK. Now, if you notice that the gear teeth of the sun and the planets aren't meshed correctly, so what we're going to do then is we're going to move. And see, I did it again. Let's not do it. Let's move from here. Let's move the sun gear, and we're going to rotate it until all the teeth match up nice and neat. Let's just try -8. Ooh, is there any problems there? No. Looks good. Ooh, actually, there's a little bit of an overlap. Let's try -7. Ooh. -7.5. Let's get particular. Oh, that looks good enough for me. Okay, let's go ahead and capture that position. And we've now made our bodies. Let's go ahead and create our carrier, or our arms that are going to connect our 3 planetary gears together. So I'm going to go back to this, flip over to the backside. I'll make the sun gear inactive and the ring gear inactive. That way, when I'm making the sketch, none of those other gears get referenced at all in those geometries. We're going to create a center axis hole of, let's do a 1/2 inch. And let's project these 3 holes onto, and do offset tool of these 3. Actually, let's just draw a circle. Let's do 1 inch, 1 inch, and a 1 inch circle around each of these to allow our body to connect to something. Now, you can spend time making this nice and neat. I'm going to do my best to make sure this video isn't super long. Let's do there. That looks all right. Let's throw in some tangent constraints to make sure everything looks okay for the most part. There's already one there. And that looks all right. You can, if you want to, throw in some fillets to make this nice and neat. However, I don't want to spend forever making this part. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to make our planet gears inactive. And we're going to extrude all of this profile. And we're going to go back, well, let's do 1/2 inch. We're going to do it as a new component. Click OK, and let's go ahead and call that component here, and call that our arm. Sweet. I'm going to go back, make that last sketch we had active again, so we can actually extrude the pieces we need. That way our carrier, or our arm right here, can at least rotate with our planetary gears and be able to spin an output arm as well. Okay, boom, looks good. Let's bring everything back in to see how things line up. Sweet. The only thing I'm going to do now is add and make, let's do our planetary gear. Let's actually take our sun gear and let's run a shaft through it. Now we have an input arm for our, let's do -2, not +2. And make that a join. Because that way, our sun gear has an input shaft, and our arm has an output shaft, and everything is connected as expected. All right, well, there we go, folks. We've made our first part of making our planetary gearbox system. The next thing we're going to do is hop onto the next video and then animate it as it is built right here. Okay, you guys are awesome. I'll see you guys in the next video.